Here we go.
That makes a lot of sense,
One
actually.
bite Zilky.
Hey, everybody. What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another live episode of the What the Fanboy podcast. I think I switch in between saying What the Fanboy show and podcast. I do it for the people that listen on podcast. Love you guys. Those are my people. Anyway, my name is Luke, and this wonderful person next to me is Mr. Tyler.
Mr. Tyler. You're just going to roll with it. Is it going to stick?
I've been saying that for maybe like 20 episodes now.
I don't know if it's been 20.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
been
I just
a while.
never noticed
It's
it.
been going long enough that I feel like reasonably soon it could get put on a shirt.
Did you say something?
I
Did
mean,
you say something?
me and Brett have a very
No,
strange
no.
connection.
Don't worry about it.
Me and Brett get each other.
I wonder
Clearly.
I wonder if you have the same idea.
We're twinning today. What color are your pants? Oh, you're wearing jeans.
They're gray.
Mine khaki.
I'm
talk about it later.
gray on gray right now. It's not
Gray
good.
on gray is still worn. I guess I'll still call you the beautiful Brett Eitzen. I'm
Yes!
sorry, but gray on gray is a bad look.
Oh, well, this wasn't what I originally had on
Well,
today,
kick our
but when I
nuts,
got
so.
home from work, I was like, I gotta rep the shirt.
What did you say?
Kegarne means what to do in Nepali.
Mm.
Something we said when I was in Nepal.
Oh, look at you, world traveler.
Yeah, I picked up some Nepali when I was there, you know.
I'm impressed.
It's just like, you know, well, you know, okay. Kegarne.
What?
Yeah.
Yep. What to do?
It's all good. What to do? What you should do.
Not as fun, though. We would go on, like, hikes and stuff. And when they say, hey, let's go, like, we're going, you say, jam, 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 let's go,
That's how we should
emphatically.
start
This
our
has
show
been
for us.
Nepali 101.
I'm doing
with,
my best.
Professor Luke.
No, I'm not a professor. Don't call me that.
But, yeah. No. It's all good.
Yeah.
I do approve of your shirt choice today.
You know what? Mine, I
Um,
got to say, mine does look better than yours, but yours is very nice, too.
They're very close.
Yes.
Yeah. We're wearing our ratings shirt, which of course you can find at teespring.com/stores/whatthefanboy.
What?
Go check it out. There's a few other shirts there too.
They're comfy.
Yeah.
Like, when you told us, like, hey, we have shirts, and I was like, yeah, we have shirts. I was like, actually wasn't expecting them to, like, be so nice. Like, they're soft.
Yeah.
And they're sturdy.
So other than getting a new shirt, Luke, what else did you do this week?
Oh, man. You ready for all
He did
this?
a bunch.
Oh, I'm always ready to hear
He
what
had
Luke
a
did.
Luke week.
Listen, I think we need to keep putting this on record. I am not married and I don't have a kid.
It's a good little asterisk there.
I have far more opportunities to do this stuff. Also, I'm a night owl, so I don't get tired, and I'm like, crap, I need to go to bed so I'm not tired tomorrow. And I'm still, like, I'll still be doing stuff. So it's why I end up doing so much. But enough defending myself.
We love
I
it.
do it
Oh,
anyway
yeah.
because I love it.
It's for the
Keep it
pod.
up.
Or your own entertainment.
I'll get it out of the way real quick because I'm sure Brett will talk about it. I played a lot of Destiny 2 this week. Black Armory is frustrating. I unlocked my favorite gun ever, the Cold Hearted,
Oh, the Cold Heart?
the Trace Rifle.
Yeah.
Holy goodness, I never need another gun in that game. That gun is so awesome. I just
really-
line it up on a boss's head, and I just stand there.
It'll be super helpful in one of the raids.
Yeah.
It's helpful
It's really
everywhere.
good. It's really good.
I love that gun.
It's built for the first raid.
Yeah.
Good. I'm ready to raid then. Anyway, Destiny 2 is a lot of fun. I'm kind of sad that I was so late to the first one and the second one.
You were super late to the first one.
Yeah. I watched the last episode of Young Justice. Thank you for finally stepping it up, Young Justice. I really enjoyed this week's episode. Got a lot more apocalyptian.
So it's
which
over.
I really enjoyed. What?
You said, oh, the latest episode.
The latest episode.
They said the last
No.
episode. And I was like, what?
I might have said it. I don't know. I'm always spitting off words that I don't really know what they mean.
Love it.
It also had a lot more original characters in it. Like, it's an episode that actually had Nightwing in it, who I probably haven't seen for 10 episodes. But it was a lot better than the last couple, so I really like that. I rewatched a couple movies this weekend. I watched Sicario with my roommate and my brother. That movie is amazing.
That's a fantastic movie.
Even seeing it 3 or 4 times now, I still get little tension bugs inside of my tummy where I'm just like, this is not going well.
This is fine.
Plus, yes. Plus, I just love, you follow Emily Blunt's character in that movie with her so well, because like even Logan's talking me through that movie and he's like, why is she here? And I'm like, because of this. Because you actually don't know why she's there halfway through the movie. They don't tell you like till the end. So I had to like make some things up, and you're really, she's the main character and she's also the audience in that movie, and I think it's so well done. Villeneuve is a master. Hopefully. He's only made like 4 movies. So
Small sample size, but
I'm calling it early. He's really good.
He is really good. And I think he's got a good career ahead of him. Sorry.
Yes. Then I rewatched Braveheart. You know, sometimes an older movie is your favorite movie, and you watch new movies and you're like, is that movie my favorite movie? You rewatch it and just you get confirmed throughout the entire thing as you watch it. That movie is so incredible. I love every second of that movie, all 2 hours and 57 minutes of it. And the soundtrack is the best. It's the best soundtrack. And I'm ready to watch it again. With your brother, because he's an idiot and hasn't seen it. Yeah, I said it. Hey, it's a little aggressive, but it's okay. Some new stuff that I did. I watched season 2 of The Sinner. It's a USA original, but I watched it on Netflix, so I kind of have to watch it a little late. The show's really good. It's a lot different because you know who committed the crime. The police know who did it, and the killer's caught in both seasons. That's like their gimmick, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it's more of a journey of why they happened to do this. And it's really awesome because the first season and the second season are so different. First season is this young housewife. And it's just like, what? She stabs a guy and you're like, what the heck? Great ending. Second season, it's cult. Not as good as the first season, but it's really good. They kind of really rushed through some things at the end, which I was kind of frustrated about, but really good second season. Really excited for season 3. Deep a breath before he goes into the next thing. So I played Anthem. Anthem decided to finally do something with their life. The Cataclysm dropped.
That's right.
And I played it, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
It looked like a lot of fun.
It's a timed event.
Mm-hmm. Timed in that
both.
Like exclusive, like it's only available for
a certain amount of time.
But also
it's timed inside the game.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's like 3 story missions kind of, and then you go into the Cataclysm. And what the Cataclysm is like this crazy storm, and if you're in the storm, you're like slowly losing power and you can die. And then there's like these safe areas where like you have to destroy this thing, and you have to fight all the people and get the light echoes and everything, and you have to keep destroying the bubble so you can be in a safe area, you don't die in the storm. And
right.
And if you complete those missions, it extends your time. The first time I played it on hard, wiped it clean. I was way too overpowered. So then I went on Grandmaster level 1. Still did rather very well. And I went in Grandmaster 2, and it's a lot more difficult. And I think I'm going to try it on Grandmaster 3. I have a 756 power level Masterwork Interceptor. So
You're the only person at this table who understands what that means. Probably the only person in even like connection to the podcast.
I bet Lepke's got me. But he at least knows what I'm talking about.
That's right. Lepke played for did he get up like
I don't know.
Grandmaster status?
I have no idea.
Lepke, let us know.
The problem is, like, I don't know if anybody played that game long enough to really get good loot, because if you play on Grandmaster 2, you get a lot more masterwork and legendary stuff.
Yeah.
And that gear is a lot better. Some stuff that they added, which is really nice. They added 3 or 4 new weapon types.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they're called. I haven't unlocked any. I honestly didn't play it enough. I played it for like 3 hours.
Just enough to do the Cataclysm.
Yeah, I'm really, really high on Destiny 2, so I went back into that. And I was watching The Sinner. But there's like a blade gun and a volt gun. It's like an electricity gun and stuff like that. And some really cool weapons that I think if I got one, I'd be interested in.
And there were some new melee options, right?
So
and
they added
armor abilities. Or...
Yeah, they added secondary melees to all the javelins. So, like, I don't really know what the other 3 are, but for instance, my interceptor, it's always been the twin blades, and it's a detonator.
Yeah. Oh.
Now there's also the poison blades, which is a primer. Oh. So if you have 2 detonators as your gear, some people are listening to this and they're like, what? Now you can use your blades as a primer, so you can go and hit them and then use a plasma strike to blow them up.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
JT's got your back when it comes to understanding.
Thank you, JT.
Anthem.
I'll feel you.
What up, Leroy?
But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, and I do want to go back in. I'd love to take you on a ride of a Grandmaster level.
Sure.
So
I still got it loaded, so
I know installed. You don't. You uninstalled it. Mm-hmm. I've got 1.5 terabytes.
I just keep buying bigger hard drives. So
yeah,
that's.
I bought my
installed on mine.
I've got the One X has like a 1 terabyte, and then I've got a 2 terabyte external.
Jeez. I have a 1 terabyte external.
I have a 1 terabyte S.
Mm-hmm.
Internal, and then I also have the 1 terabyte external, so I've got 2.
I just bought a 1 terabyte SSD drive, and I'm really like, I should probably use it for like video editing stuff, but I'm really tempted just to like throw it on my Xbox and be like, loading times are gone.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm not done on Anthem yet. This kind of reinvigorated in me. I do really like the game. It's just so frustrating that it was the story, and then that was it. Like, there was no really reason to keep playing it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I'm playing Destiny. I get why you're so frustrated with this, Brett, because the grind is almost non-existent in Anthem.
Right.
Whereas in Destiny, you keep getting stuff, and it's just like, oh yeah, I want to do that.
It's that weird, like, soapbox here for a moment. Like, games like Anthem are great to a certain extent, but there's nothing there to really keep you playing. And games like Destiny, which really listen to the hardcore players, are like, here's 100,000 things to do after you've beaten the game. And, like, me as a parent and working 40 hours a week, like, it's tough, right? Yeah. Like, I lost the desire to grind out the Solstice armor in Destiny just because it was too grindy. Mm-hmm. I think there's a balance. I don't know how you do it. For me, it's just been with Destiny, I have to acknowledge that I'm not going to get everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
You have to pick and choose.
I think I'd rather have that than what happened with Anthem, which is I just walk away from it completely.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, with Anthem, it's, all right, I'm gonna go back into the Cataclysm. Hopefully I get a legendary.
Yeah.
And I'll find out what it is when I'm done. Oh, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but you can access the Forge from anywhere, and you don't have to go.
I saw that in an
you don't have to go back
point.
into Fort Tarsus anymore if you want, which is super nice. I should say.
Very nice.
That's a good change.
So, like, if you're like, oh, this sniper rifle sucks, you can go into the Forge and you can change your lookout.
Do you still not get your stuff from missions until the end of it?
Yes.
I imagine that is programmed so deep in the code that they can't.
It.
That'll be like a
Anthem
if
2,
they can
if it happens.
if they can change it, it'll happen in like 2.0 or maybe Anthem 2 if
Yeah.
it ever gets a proper sequel.
I'm really, 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 really hoping that this Cataclysm is the
turning point.
the turning point into a future Taken King.
Yeah.
Where you go, okay, this game wasn't just something I play for a bit. Now I can keep going and doing different things.
Right.
It's not just, hey, look, I can fly.
Yeah.
Which is the best part
We'll
of the game
see.
still.
It's nice because like games have shown that you can come back.
Yes.
You know, like the most recent one I think is For Honor. For Honor has had a pretty good turnaround. Hopefully Anthem can right the ship and get people back.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really cool concept.
And it handles so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that game definitely has had its issues and its problem, but that's always something that's been great about it. The flying and the combat is just so fun.
Yeah.
I love running in with my interceptor and just whooping people. It's great. It's so satisfying when you see all those giant things explode.
I was going to say, when there's just explosions everywhere
Yeah.
and you're running around it. Yeah.
Combos are just popping everywhere. Just like, whoa. Let's see.
What else did you do?
I only did one more thing. It's okay.
Okay.
I watched season 3 of Glow.
Oh yeah, I figured you did.
Yeah. No life, remember?
I said the same thing when he told me.
Yeah.
I was like, I figured you watched it.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Finished it Sunday night. It's very, very good. Out of the 3 seasons, I say it's not the best, but also like the character work in it is so good. Like, I don't remember really caring a whole lot about every single character, but in this one I did.
Is it a different cast?
No.
Oh, okay.
Same cast, but a con. There's barely any wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. I was hoping for a little more, but the character work and like the writing and the acting is so good. Like, you kind of forget. I really, really enjoyed. I think it's episode 6. It's the camping episode. Was so good. I was getting kind of emotional. It was really sad. Also, I don't remember what episode it was, but Alison Brie directed an episode. And it was really good.
I love when actors or actresses direct an episode of their own show. I always think
Yeah.
it's so cool because it's a good opportunity for them to get a start.
Yeah, and also like she was barely in that episode too, and I remember the episode ended, and I was like, wow, Alison Brie wasn't in that episode very much. Directed by Alison Brie, I was like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot more sense. I get it now.
Another con, the sexual content of the season skyrocketed. Just wow, like it's just too much, too much.
It did the opposite of what the boys did.
Yes. Like, oh my gosh. Like it's been there in season 1 and 2. And this season was in Vegas, so I guess they just felt like they needed it, I guess. I don't know. It
Showtime.
didn't really feel necessary, but still super, super good season. Fanboy worthy. If you've watched the first 2 seasons, you're definitely going to like this season.
Awesome.
Noise.
That's great to hear.
I have not watched the first 2 seasons, but it is on my list of shows that I will eventually get to.
It's extremely well done. Top 10 Netflix series. Or it's unfortunate because
The
it's
podcast upstairs.
it's a very
Jumping around.
mature show.
Yeah.
Those
That's
shows
it.
are hard to
That's
write.
all you did this
That's all I
week?
did.
Oh my
You didn't
gosh.
do that much.
Nah.
Shut up. I've been talking for, let's see how long have I been talking?
Too long.
I've been talking for like 18 minutes.
Too long. Too many minutes.
I will go quickly.
All right.
Because I did not do very much.
I didn't either, so we're good. We'll bust through this.
I'm just bringing that hot content.
I kind of made the joke before the show started with Brett. We were talking about Prime Day deals. I finished the book I bought on Prime Day. I bought the Eisner-winning Mr. Miracle. I read it, finished it today, and wow. It is a book that is open to interpretation. It is a book that is very heavy content-wise.
Yeah.
Deals a lot with mental health, specifically depression and anxiety. So it was really cool to read. And at the end of the book, I finished it and I was like, I think I get it. So I looked it up to see if I was like in line with what other people were thinking, and I was like, okay, good. I'm not stupid. But no,
it's always a good confirmation to find out you're not stupid.
I was like, oh yes, I got it. All right, we're good. But it makes me excited to see what Tom King is going to do screenwriting, because he's working on the New Gods movie with Ava DuVernay, and I'm curious to see if he blends some of those elements into the movie.
Yeah.
Because he does a good job of it. So that was nice and refreshing to read. Now I can work my way back to novels because I'm taking a little break from those. Played some more Madden. Not much has changed for me. Still really like it.
Hey, football season started. Well, preseason.
Yeah, preseason started. Dwayne Haskins threw 2 picks and had a eerily similar stat line to Peyton Manning in his preseason debut.
Patrick Mahomes threw 4 passes, and they took him out, and I was like, good.
One of his passes was a catch it and just kind of toss it.
Yeah.
To Mecole Hardman, who's also super fast. Whatever.
We got a lot of fast
They'll be fun to
players.
watch. I finished 2 TV shows. I finished
What?
The Boys. I know, right? Crazy. I finished The Boys. Fanboy worthy. I'd give it a booyah if it wasn't so mature.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I can't do that. And I finished Swamp Thing. Also fanboy worthy. I kind of agree with you. Like, everything was there, but they had to rush it to end it. Specifically, Blue Devil storyline. They're just like...
So the moment I was talking about where it's like...
Where she's got the...
She's looking at the comic book of Blue Devil, and I was like, there's no way she knows that
is him.
dude she knows was Blue Devil.
Yeah.
She never even really saw Blue Devil. Like, it's like, what? And then they're gone.
Right.
It's like, where did that transition happen? I was like, oh, there's probably 2 episodes there.
Like, she may
that
have
we
had,
missed.
like, some suspicion, but she would have known that he was a devil. Like,
yeah.
That would have never connected for her. So,
Like,
yeah, I was like...
Was cool, though, that she was reading a DC comic book and a DC TV show.
Yeah.
I always find that really
super
fun.
meta.
Yeah.
But, no, it was cool. I really liked the cast of that show. Top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Woodrow... Like, the last couple episodes really turned it on, and I really liked
He's
him.
good.
And I'm...
Played
Woodrow
by
is the character.
Kevin Durant.
I think that's his name. Kevin Durant. That's what people call him in articles. They call him Kevin Durant. And it cracks me up. He is super tall, too. He's huge.
Yeah.
Like, anytime he's on screen with other people, he's, like, a whole foot taller than everybody. But, no, he was really good. He really kind of... I'm curious to see him in more. Because I think he was really solid. I watched Shazam again with some friends, and I really like that movie. I'll talk about it later, but I really like that movie. And then
that's a tease.
I won another softball championship this weekend. So when LeBron went to Miami, he said not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. I think I've won 6 now. So I'm fulfilling what LeBron promised Miami here in Wichita.
I don't see any trophies in here.
I can put my shirts all up if you want.
Okay.
My newest shirt.
Can you make one of those cool quilts that they make out of t-shirts?
One of our guys already has one. I can make one, though. I'll get him to make it.
Just take his.
The shirts from this season actually have a typo on them.
Oh, no.
Wichita Athletics. So I'm an athlete.
That makes sense.
I'm an athlete. I don't know what that means, but that's what I am. I am a winner of the Wichita Athletics softball. So we got one more to win this year. We got fall session. Got to win 3 shirts, the trifecta.
Nice.
That's it. That's all I did.
Well, while
Bring
you
home the
were
triptych.
out being athletic,
And I'm in the third round of the playoffs. Wednesday night, my other softball league.
You play too much softball.
I play a lot of sports.
That's why you look
You
so
got
good.
You got our slack.
Yep. Thanks for picking it up.
I don't have much longer because then I have to have surgery. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, I have to win all the championships I can.
You're getting an arm removed and replaced with robotic arm.
Yeah. That's what I should do. If only I could afford that.
You're going to be
If
throwing
only.
heaters.
I did a few things this week.
You do more than me.
I don't. Probably just depends on what. I don't think so. No. I only have 3 things.
I just like to cheat off your notes.
Oh, okay. You're not even looking at that.
Actually, most of the time I look at the chat.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have the chat on this side of the screen.
Thanks, sweetheart.
See what I did? So I started playing No Man's Sky because it has a big update coming out this week. And I got tired of the Destiny 2 grind for a hot minute.
I have a lot more grinding to go catch up on the
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
You can just come help me.
You're only a few hours behind him.
Yeah, like 150.
No, just a few. Probably more than
It's
that.
probably more than 150.
I have not done a single raid, so
I wonder if I can search. I won't do that right now. Total time in Destiny 2. I think I can find that stat somewhere.
Would it be over 1,000 hours?
I doubt it. I think I got close to 1,000 in Destiny 1, and that was out for 4 years. And Destiny 2 has only been out 3-ish. What? 2 years.
2?
Wait. 2 years. And I haven't been playing it quite as much because I'm a father now, and I wasn't when Destiny 1 came out.
What? No.
Anyways.
I found my new bit. You're a dad? No.
So yeah, I am very much enjoying No Man's Sky. I put about 12 hours into it over the weekend, and it's a lot of fun. It's obviously still, I'm like very early in the game. Like I have a ship and I can fly to different planets, and like I have the ability to warp around to different solar systems. I haven't done much of that just because I'm still kind of focusing on that, like building your first base and that kind of stuff. I did rescue a big old
Puppy?
frigate
Oh.
in space, and the guy was like, I don't know if I really want to pilot this. Do you want to like buy it from me? I was
For
like,
50 credits?
For 13 million credits. I was like, I only have like 50,000, so I'm gonna have to pass.
Maybe you
Anyways,
can transfer
clearly
some of your
something
glimmer.
that is supposed to happen eventually. You can get your own like space frigate and then have like a.
You could have offered him the 50,000.
I
got 50,000 cash
right now.
And he'd have been like, "Yeah, no, I said 13 million."
Can I take out a loan?
And then... No, never mind. I don't want to say that. Never mind.
Walk away.
Not funny. Not funny.
So
funny.
I watched 2 things in addition to playing that. I watched The Family docu-series, miniseries on Netflix, and that is very interesting. It's hard to recommend, just based on its material. If you haven't heard of it, which most people I've talked to haven't.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it.
It's essentially a documentary about a organization like that's literally just called The Family. That's not crazy suspicious or anything. That operates in DC and influences politicians through religion or some sort of mask of religion.
Is the family called Vought?
No. Not tied in with the boys at all.
Darn.
Oh, yeah, it's Netflix. It's a Netflix series.
Netflix,
so,
not Amazon.
Can't cross those over.
No, don't
Okay,
cross
makes
the
sense.
streams.
Ooh.
It's 5 or 6 episodes. Each of them are about 45 minutes. It's good. I think if you watch the first one and you're like, "Oh, this is fun," or fun is not the right word.
This is interesting.
This is interesting. Keep watching. It's not like it gets any crazier than the first episode. The first episode lays out the here's what it's
hook, line, and sinker.
right. Well, it's a standard
Introduction.
here's our thesis statement. Now we're gonna try and prove it with the rest of the show.
Opening statements.
Right.
In this court case, I'm going to try and prove my innocence.
Exactly.
I don't know. I was on jury duty once.
I liked it a lot.
I got dismissed.
Mostly because I think there's probably more truth in there than people like to admit. Like, you're going to have some people being like, it's a conspiracy theory. And there's going to be others who are like, no, this is absolutely 100% true. And the reality is that probably falls. The truth falls somewhere in between there.
What? No. There's no way. There's no way there's
no
two
such
sides to a story.
There's no such thing as gray.
No.
What?
But very interesting. Give it a...
I can't believe that.
Give it a...
One or the other.
Give it a watch if you're into documentaries, I guess. Because that's what it is.
Whoop.
And then after I finished that, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to start next. And I was thinking. And I thought, Luke keeps talking about this show called Voltron on Netflix. So I started Voltron, and I'm 3 or 4 episodes in right now.
I think it's at 4
You're kind of
script.
basically 7 episodes in because the first episode is an hour.
Yeah, the first episode was really long. I was like, oh my gosh.
Whoa.
And then they're only 20 minutes after that.
Yeah.
So
I'm probably
Yeah, you were on 4 when I walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You've seen this show
I
10
know.
times. It's good so far. I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would.
It's very Avatar-esque,
Yeah.
where it's like very, very kid humor, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like all of a sudden, there's like these just real serious moments.
Yeah.
Show's so good. Oh my God. I'm gonna rewatch it now probably, so I can talk about it with you and just know as much as I can.
Yeah. Sounds good. But
Gotta
yeah,
prepare.
that's
I got to do my Voltron research.
that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, we got a couple news stories we can probably start delving into, I guess.
Yeah.
So we move this little choo-choo along.
Move the train.
Move the train from stuff we've done to hype. The hype section.
Are hype levels rising?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna say my hype levels didn't do much this week.
Yeah, they're pretty stagnant.
I guess there was one story that I was kind of excited for.
One story and one trailer, I guess.
My one story, I guess, is the Batgirl movie's looking for a new director.
Oh, yeah, that didn't get me excited.
I'm just happy to know that there's the idea's still out there. Like DC hasn't folded over there yet.
I guess when I saw the headline that Batgirl was looking for a director, I saw the headline that movie without a director is looking for a director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Thank
I
you.
just thought it was weird that they announced it, but it was nice to know that the movie's still happening.
What is he doing? He's deleting all of our footage.
I'm trying to keep the show running.
Oh, okay.
Hey, somebody's got to, because me and Tyler don't know what we're doing.
Not with this stuff.
Listen, I know how to hit record
It
for
works.
the podcast.
It works.
That's it.
It works great when it works, and then when it doesn't, you're like, "Oh no!"
Now what?
And the thing is, it's not that big of a deal, and I've made it way harder on myself than I needed to make it. But
It looks nice.
Gotta
high
stop doing
quality,
that, man.
high quality work.
High quality H2O.
Gosh darn it, I was going to say that, you punk. So we had 2 trailers that I saw. First one was trailer for the Addams Family. All right, we're done talking about that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, are we really gonna spend time on that?
Nope.
No, the movie looks like garbage.
Okay, cool.
The other one was for season 2 of Titans. Finally got that trailer. I know me and Tyler are excited for this.
Yeah, that looked surprisingly good.
It-
and a lot different.
It looks like a different show.
Yeah, it does. Totally different show. Like I watched it and I was like, these characters don't even look the same.
Yeah.
Like Starfire looks totally different now.
I'm very excited to get HBO Max and just binge through because that's going to be on
I assume it will.
HBO Max.
Listen,
right?
they haven't said that DC Universe and HBO Max are going to be in one.
But they will.
Because they've said Doom Patrol for sure.
Yeah,
I bet Titans will be on there.
it will be. I would bet.
I bet it's going to be a lot like a new story that we're
That we're
just
gonna
talking
cover.
about. Titan season 2 looks really good. Okay, next news story. Just because it's relevant to what we were just talking about.
Sure.
Disney Plus has a really nice bundle option.
Yeah.
This is a steal, I think.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So you get Disney Plus, Hulu.
with ads.
with ads, but
That's fine,
still.
whatever. And ESPN Plus,
which I like.
and it's for $12.99 a month.
And everybody in the streaming world was like, oh,
Power play.
no.
It's like, oh yeah, Disney made $9 billion this year so far. They can probably do that.
They can afford it. They'll
That's
be
the
okay.
thing. They
Oh.
can take a hit for
That's
For the-
3 years.
To
and
start,
yeah.
they'll take the hit.
and then they're gonna jack that sucker.
Oh yeah.
It's $50.
But I love it so much, I gotta stay.
Let's see, what was the price point for Disney Plus? $7.99.
$6.99.
$6.99.
$6.99.
Yeah,
And Hulu is $5.99.
with ads. Yeah.
6 plus 5 is 14. No. I flipped. Listen, I
It's
might
actually 7
And
because it's
six.
$6.99, so it's 7.
I think I went
plus
dyslexic there for a
6
moment.
is 13.
You have no idea how embarrassing that is.
It made me think of that old Vine where it's like, what's 9 plus 10? 21. That's what I thought of just now when you said that. It's all right, buddy. Your shirt looks great.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
this
else
is
can continue
This
this.
is a steal of a deal.
dig it.
Disney Plus starts on my anniversary, so I'm super excited for my anniversary to be watching Disney Plus.
Yeah. That's the.
Could be great.
Can I come over?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? You spent Valentine's Day with me.
Yeah, like the past 4 years.
Yeah. So why not?
Oh gosh.
I won't spend Valentine's Day with you this year. We'll switch it up.
Okay, anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
No worse.
Kind of weird, but cool. Another big story this week: the movie The Hunt got canceled due to the recent shootings and media attention that they are getting. Chime in. This is weird.
I think this is probably a good move.
Good PR move.
It's a good business move, whether you're cynical about it or not, right? Whether you think this is purely like we're going to get the media attention because of canceling it, or just we're going to be sensitive to the fact that these bouts of terrible violence are happening, and we'll release it at a later date. Like, either way you look at it, like it's still probably the right move. I was hearing a little bit on social media the whole anti-censorship thing, and I don't think this does not fall into censorship, because it's not like the government said you have to take this down. This was Universal, and Blumhouse by extension, I guess, saying no, it's maybe not the right time to put this out. And I'm fine with that. I think it was the right move. They totally didn't have to, and I would have been fine with that as well. But I do think that a movie's success or failure is often driven by the conversations that are being had around it. And if it's going into an opening weekend with a really negative conversation, it's a bad business decision to release it.
There's not much detail on it other than that. So it'll be I'm curious to see what they say about it in the coming weeks, because I'm sure we'll get an update on whether or not it's going to come out on a streaming service, or
it's not like this idea is
no, it's not unheard of.
What I was going to say was, it's not like the plot of this movie is completely ridiculous. We've had 16 Purge movies in the last 5 years,
right,
that have a similar thing, right? I think that
it's just timing.
It's a weird timing thing. So, yeah.
I'm sure it will get released eventually.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about The Interview.
Yeah.
How
another similar. If you don't remember The Interview, different. That was a parody / satire involving North Korea, and it was right around the time when tensions were really, not that they've ever not been high, but tensions were really high, and I think there were maybe some ominous threats from North Korea, if you release this movie.
Yeah. So they pulled it, and it got released on Netflix.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
That's right. That was one of those... I forgot that it came out on Netflix, first. It didn't ever go to theaters, did it?
I don't
think so.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see if this one goes back into theaters, or if it is just put out on a streaming service.
Yeah. I mean, at least... I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the movie, too, if it doesn't ever have a chance to make its money.
Yeah.
Because, lots of people worked on that. I'm sure they've got paid.
Oh, yeah.
But, an artist wants people to see their art.
Right.
And, yeah, it's unfortunate timing for their movie.
Yep.
Obviously, for really horrific reasons.
Right. Reasons that are way more important than a movie to deal with, right? If it comes down to having a conversation about violence, or a conversation about a movie, I'd rather have the conversation about what can we do to solve the violence problems than this movie was good or bad, and this is what that's the more important conversation to have. So
well said.
Yeah.
Let's see what else do we got going on here. So I think this story is hilarious, because we now have Regal Unlimited.
Yes.
We're unlimited subscribers.
Woohoo! Can we get sponsored?
Put your logo in the corner.
But our good old, not very nice friend MoviePass was back in the days.
Oh, that's right. MoviePass is back, resurrecting it.
So
I still have that card. I still have my card somewhere.
I do too. It's on my
I think
desk.
mine.
I gave it to Claire to play with. It's her credit card now.
Nice.
So story came out that MoviePass was changing the passwords of their heavy users.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see
So they
this.
like
And you haven't heard this?
No.
Oh,
they
this
would
is the
lock
sleaziest story.
they would lock out their customers so they couldn't go see a movie and like keep using free movies.
Right.
Like
And this is after all of the changes they've done to basically limit people to
3 movies a month.
3 movies a month. It might
like
be
that.
more than that. I don't remember.
I don't know. Probably I think it's more if you have a different package.
Yeah, they have tiers as well.
Yeah.
So
But
Wow.
like that's bad.
How have they not been like shut down?
I think there's a lawsuit
I would imagine.
that's gone out. Obviously, it's still very early since this story broke, but yeah.
That's crazy.
I cannot believe. I will be amazed if this company is in existence next year.
That is wild.
I hope they have to pay back everybody that ever signed up. So I can get some money.
Hey, I signed up too. I'd take that.
I know.
Yeah.
But
I had it for like a month.
like you have to reimburse for everything. It's like yes, please. that is the most dirty.
That's terrible.
I couldn't believe that when I read it. I thought it was fake at first. Cuz it's just like it seems like it's out of a comic book, honestly.
It does.
Right? Yeah.
It's a Vertigo comic story. Where some detectives trying to figure out what's going on with their MoviePass account.
Seems like a Scooby-Doo episode.
It's a one shot. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
It's a one shot.
What if?
Oh
There
my
you go.
It's a what if comic. What if Captain America couldn't go see movies because he kept getting locked out from his MoviePass password or whatever, you know? Oh, that's too funny, but horrible. Sleazy. I like that word.
So back to Disney. That $12.99 bundle subscription thing came out in one of their shareholder meetings. Additionally, in that meeting, they talked about changing some strategy stuff with their Fox properties that they now own. Basically saying that more of their family-friendly stuff is going to be developed for Disney Plus. So things like Home Alone, Cheaper by the Dozen, Night at the Museum. Have you also noticed these are all remakes? Are going to be made and delivered via Disney Plus, not necessarily a big
Release.
theatrical
Did
release.
you see
Mostly because they don't want to compete with their Disney Pixar productions.
Did you see Macaulay Culkin's tweet
Yes,
about
that was
what
amazing.
a Home Alone reboot would look like now? And it's like him sitting on his couch in his underwear, like eating food off of his stomach.
I think Macaulay Culkin should be either like the dad or the bandit.
That would be amazing.
Dude.
Kevin went off his rocker and now he's the one who's breaking.
Breaking in.
That was amazing.
Please have him team up with Joe Pesci and the dude from the Giants, the San Francisco
Oh.
Giants. I don't know his name,
Yeah.
but in like all 3 of them have to protect like a prison or something. They're breaking into the prison. They set up traps in the prison. I got it right here. Christmas in prison.
You just gotta pitch that now.
I just did.
Did-
It's on the internet.
It's on Disney. If you're listening.
I hold rights to that. That's my idea.
So
10 years from now. that
in
movie's on
addition
screen, you're
in
like,
addition to developing some of those things, they said they're cutting back on theatrical releases of Fox properties. That doesn't necessarily affect Fox Searchlight. So that's going to be things like Tolkien, those like more indie, really small budget films. They'll still get their stuff because those are the ones that win awards.
Mm-hmm.
But also the ones that they said that they are going to really focus on are obviously Avatar for theatrical, and Planet of the Apes came up.
Yeah, I saw this.
And I was just like, uh-oh.
That's just, wait a bit. Like, come on, you just had 3
and they
great
didn't,
movies.
And they didn't talk about if they were rebooting it or
They just said it was a
or
priority
continuing
or
it. They just said that they know
least-
it's a well-known franchise that's done well in the past. It's gonna get more.
At least the Wyatt Reeves trilogy is a prequel.
Yeah.
So that's good at least.
Yeah.
So it won't... If they reboot it as another prequel, that's dumb. Also, kind of, I think it came up in that meeting. They were talking about their quarter 3 or whatever earnings or something, and how they did not make enough
Oh yeah.
because Dark Phoenix tanked so bad. Listen, okay, I get your complaints, but you've made like $10 billion this year. Cool your jets, Disney. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Just greedy.
Well, they've eliminated the
Buttheads.
whole line of theater releases, so now they can fill those spots with their.
I saw them complaining about how Dark Phoenix didn't make money. I was like, you had a movie that made $2.8 billion. Shut up.
It made enough money for like 5 movies. That's where they're at, though.
They're greedy.
What else we got news-wise? I got a few more.
Wesley Snipes is joining Coming to America 2. I'm pretty hyped about that.
So is Rick Ross.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see
Because
that.
they're
That is
using
awesome.
his house as
my
a set.
gosh.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to be in it.
So he's like, yeah, I'll be in it. You guys can use my house.
That's awesome.
It's like
That's
they're using his
perfect.
house as like one of the kingdom buildings or something.
Yes.
I'll have to find the article, but I was like, this is kind of cool.
Dude, Coming to America is so funny. That's one of Eddie Murphy's best, if not his best movie. Like, that is so funny. I'm really excited for that sequel. Plus, Eddie Murphy's back, which is always fun.
Yeah.
'Cause he's super funny.
What's the last thing he did?
I don't know, that movie where he can't talk with the tree or whatever. 1,000 words to say in a second. I don't know. You know, the leaves kept falling off whenever he said a word. And he, like, had to learn to be gracious or something. I watched it on a plane.
No
I
idea
don't-
what he's talking about.
Luke had a dream, and it was very vivid, apparently.
It was about Eddie Murphy talking to trees and slowly killing them while he did it.
That's not what my dream was about.
Um,
Hold on, I'm going to figure.
Well, he figures that out. Netflix signed a deal with Game of Thrones creators Benioff and Weiss. Hold on. Can we just say that you need to not... This number is too big. It's a 9-figure deal.
The number should not be public.
It's too big.
Yes. And also, it should not be public.
Yeah.
Now every creator is going to be going into like Prime and being like, I'll take $300 million to make 10 shows for you. Just write 10 quick pilots or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
You're not supposed to tell people what you earn.
Yeah. There's a reason that is like common knowledge.
So this is a multi-year deal, and it's to make movies and TV shows, including...
They've made one thing.
Yeah.
Also, they're on Star Wars. And when they got Star Wars, they botched their one thing.
So now they're going to make multiple things and watch all of them.
Here's what I think. I don't think they're on Star Wars anymore. I think they're off. I think they got booted. I think they got fired. They got
that's
Lord
why
and
they
Millard.
That's interesting.
That's probably why they're able to sign this big of a deal, though, and why they would.
I would be fine with that.
I don't imagine Netflix was like, we'll give you all this money and we'll wait 4 years for you to do a Star Wars movie and then come join us.
Right.
But here's all your money. Like, yeah, I think you're
Well,
right. They're
and
probably done.
some of these are not going to be as involved as Game of Thrones, right? You can't.
Good.
I bet a lot of them will probably be like, here's a pilot idea.
They're and they get producer credit.
Yeah.
Essentially, Netflix has signed them for their name, which is super frustrating. I really dislike it when directors end up doing that.
Transformers 5 with executive producer Steven Spielberg.
Right. Spielberg's a great example. Another one that I was just thinking of, and sorry, I snapped into the microphone. Ridley Scott is one who does that a lot. I'm just like I want to see your movies, not movies that you just signed off on.
Like, oh, I'll take a check for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take a check for that so I can make The Martian. But I like The Martian, so that's okay.
I was on set for a day.
So I can make Alien 9.
Right. So
they're skipping 6, 7, 8. Going straight to 9.
So yeah, we'll
They're
see.
taking Alien to space.
We'll see what comes out of that. I'm very intrigued about your idea of them being off of Star Wars.
That's just my hot
take
prediction.
I mean, it could be. They could
also
could not be true. I don't know.
Also, another prediction: Rey's a clone. Rey's a clone. She's gonna be a clone because they're using all the themes from Star Wars. I don't know if you saw this story.
I saw it today.
Oh yeah.
The main theme for Star Wars Episode 9, the music is going to use every theme from the entire Star Wars saga. So they're really embracing the prequels, which was clone heavy. Rey's a clone. Confirmed. Yes. I'm so right. I'm so wrong. Also, John Williams is the best. So
I love
I'm
John.
excited for his music.
I love John Williams. That news story worries me.
It does?
Yeah. That's one of those things you put in just to make everyone happy.
Oh, I'm okay with
This
it.
is the cynical side of me coming out, being like, why does a movie need every Star Wars theme? Why? Because it makes a good headline, not because it's necessary to the story. Could totally be inaccurate.
It should be said it was not John Williams or anybody who said it. It was like a family member that was like, hey, every theme is going to be in it.
Wasn't it like his brother?
His brother or something.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Okay.
And
Wow.
he sounds exactly like that, I promise you. But I mean, it just starts speculation of, Anakin's
absolutely.
going to show up and it's going to have the theme in it.
If we get copyright hit for that, I'm gonna be so impressed, and also a little
almost hope we
mad,
do.
but not really. I won't be mad because that was amazing.
Thank you.
That's great.
I like the music in the prequels. It's really good.
Okay,
It's like one of my favorite songs.
next story.
Oh,
Next
I
story,
listened to
please.
that song on Amazon Prime Music one time, and the lyrics. They had the lyrics for me.
We've just gone totally off
They're
the rails.
They're on Spotify too.
I can't do anything.
I
to
didn't
stop
know
this
that
train.
movie. Like, I didn't know they would
Jesus,
put the
take the
lyrics
wheel.
for. Shut up, Brett.
Okay, last. Do you have more news stories?
Probably.
There's one more we got to talk about before we move on. It's Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart is changing some things.
Oh, and this is also in response to
The violent acts lately.
El Paso and Dayton.
Mass shootings.
They're pulling down ads.
They're pulling down advertisements for violent video games.
Yeah. Games with guns in them specifically.
Yes.
It was like one of their talking points. So like all games.
Good luck. I don't think it's really going to impact sales all that much.
No, it won't.
For them. I also don't think it's going to actually fix anything.
They still sell guns.
But, yeah. Do they have advertisements for guns up there?
I don't know, but
maybe if they just take down the in-store
AK-47 coming soon.
the in-store section header.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, this is one of those things where it just seems like a really
extreme deflection.
A really petty look at what we're doing.
Yeah, get our name out there thing.
To solve the problem, but I don't think that's part of the problem. Whatever, we can try it. I don't think it's part of the problem. It seems like just a PR move, but whatever.
Get your name out there.
Yeah.
That's the world we're in now.
Yep, I read the headline and I was just like, whatever. I never go to Walmart.
I don't buy my video games
I buy
from
games
Walmart,
there
so.
now because they're $10 cheaper than everywhere else.
I haven't really bought very many games this year. And most of them I've actually bought digitally.
Yeah.
Realized that as I started looking up stuff for the topic that we're talking about today.
Real quick, before we head on to the next topic. I know,
Dang it.
sorry.
He botched the oop.
I was so close.
I know.
It's all right.
Well,
Inbounds play.
We talked about We talked about Benioff and Weiss, and I thought it'd only fair if we talk about Lord and Miller. So Lord and Miller also signed a big, again, supposedly 9-figure deal with Sony to make movies for their the Marvel characters they own in their own kind of Sony Marvel-verse. That's going to be a mix of live action and animated, I think.
Of Spider-Verse
stuff. But it won't necessarily all be Spider-Verse, right? Like,
Listen. Live action Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage, directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
I would so be down for that.
I'd watch it.
I would absolutely watch that.
That will be the best movie ever made.
I can see you trying to keep a straight face.
If this would be announced, I would buy my ticket immediately, and I don't think it's possible. I would go to Regal and I'd be like, I want a ticket for this movie that comes out in 4 years. The apocalypse might happen, but I want the ticket in my wallet.
I gotta be able to confirm.
I want the best seat in the house.
Yep.
Dead center.
Listen, we're in the Keanu-sance. I'm ready for the Cage, the Cage,
the Nick
the
Cage
Cage
revival.
reboot.
The revival. The Cage revival.
The Cage revival. I'm here for that. Look, Nick Cage is not as crazy as everyone thinks he is, because point one, everyone in Hollywood is crazy.
Learn that in a movie.
And a lot of people outside of Hollywood.
And 2, I think he actually is a really good actor when given like
good stuff
to do.
Yes.
He just, and like when we think of him in like his, I don't know, Ghost Rider era, like he was just given bad material.
Most people, I think of a movie they probably haven't even seen, which is Wicker Man.
Yeah.
The bees. The bees.
That was pretty good.
I learned after the main man himself, Keanu Reeves. No.
Real quick, Luke. Battle Rifle works at Regal, so he'll hit you up with that ticket.
Thank you.
My man.
Thank you.
Hit us up with 3 of them.
Yeah, for me.
All for Luke. All right. Let's move into the best worst of 2019
So far.
Because we're like a little over halfway through the year.
The 2019 in progress.
Blockbuster season is honestly, it's pretty much over.
The summer movie season is kind of fading.
There's one left, and it could be considered an end of the year movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like I consider that more of a fall movie. It's like
Bridge.
kicking off the horror movie season and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. So should we talk about movies first?
Sure.
What do we? I liked how you phrased it in your text this morning to us, Luke.
What did I say?
I mean, basically, you said like,
I've slept since then.
what's like the litmus test for this year in terms of how good has the content been? How good have movies been overall? Has it been a good year for movies? Has it been
Good,
a bad
year, mediocre year.
And from that, I kind of simplified it down to what's been good, what's been bad.
I know your favorite's probably Hobbs and Shaw. So I'm really excited to hear you talk about that again.
Again, yeah. 2 weeks in a row.
Dude, for me, 2019's been pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been good.
I wouldn't say it's the best year ever, but it's also not bad. Like the thing is, there's so much and so much variety out there that it's hard to be like, this wasn't a year for somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, chances are there's a movie out there that you've enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I think what will really seal it is like when you get to the end of the year is probably the 3 biggest movies we really have left, which is It, Joker, and Star Wars. If those are bad, it could end up kind of being a bad year, I feel like. Because 2 of those are my most anticipated.
It in Star Wars?
Are you, do you really like clowns?
I hate clowns. But I loved It, so I'm really hyped for the sequel.
I got kind of concerned with the length of that movie, but I am excited for it.
Yeah. And I think it's been an average year. Because, I mean, I look through my list of everything I've seen. The only thing I'm probably organized in at all is my ratings I have written down. Don't do it for anything except for this. But I look at it and I'm like, fanboy worthy. I'm like, I haven't thought about that movie. I have not thought about the Lego Movie 2 since I saw it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that just
Middle of the road stuff.
yeah, like Alita was good.
Oh man, I really liked
bad, but
I loved Alita.
you know,
I just when I read the question, I was like, has it been a good or a bad year? And I thought about it, and I was like, there are not too many movies that just stick out to me as just horrible this year.
yeah.
Like there haven't. I don't know if I've given. I think I've given a dumpster fire this year. You've given two. I don't know if I have. Maybe one.
Yeah, maybe.
I've given 2 dumpster fires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 straight to streamings and 4 Matthew McConaughey's.
Let's real quick. Let's just talk about our favorites.
Okay.
What are
Dope.
one that I think is probably on all of our lists because it's on most of the universe's list is Avengers Endgame.
Not on my list.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was just kind
It
of.
didn't make my top 3.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's on my list. It's one of those where I think culmination wise, it was a huge cinematic event, and for me that goes into how I feel about a movie, and I really appreciate it. So
Look,
Endgame's up there for me.
I loved it.
It's way up there for me. It's not my number 1. But it hitting all the nostalgia of the MCU, and then the fact that I saw it in Nepal. A totally different experience than I've ever had. Really elevated it.
Yeah.
Also, it's just such a fun movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's just not in my top 3 this year. I mean, it's a great movie. It really is. Mm-hmm. I actually was talking about it last week in a group chat, and we were like, we can't do this, guys. We can't do it. And so, no, it's good.
The Cap Mjolnir scene pops up on Instagram every once in a while, and I'm like, I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I love when IGN posts, like, they post those scenes, and they're like, sit back and then watch Captain America with Mjolnir again. And you're like,
okay.
Man, this
I'll watch it 10 times.
No, I really enjoyed it, but no, it's not mine.
Okay, well then tell me about what's yours.
From the Marvel world, Spider-Man Far From Home is in mine.
Spider-Man's up there for me too.
I love that movie. But I'm also like a sucker for Spider-Man, so it was just easy for that one to fit in, and it was great.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun.
Is it your number 3?
Yes, it is my number 3.
Cool. My number 3 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Also on my list.
A movie that I was just like, okay, whatever.
I remember Luke was like really kind of cold on it.
Yeah, and I loved it, man. I had a great time.
Yep.
That ending just really nailed it for me, man. I loved it.
It made the wait worth it for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But and then my number 2 is Avengers Endgame. So
nice.
My number 2 is Us.
What was your number 3?
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, cool. You just said it was up there for you, so I didn't know.
Sorry, yeah, no. Then I was not necessarily giving.
Sorry.
Avengers is 1, Us is 2, Spider-Man 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is 4. I didn't write another one, but I can tell you if you give me.
Oh, I only wrote down 3.
I have all mine with me.
I did 4 just
28.
because I figured that like we would repeat on some, and I wanted to just get a little more variety, which is why Us is in there.
I think I disliked Us the most.
Mm-hmm.
I did really enjoy it. However, definitely not as much as everybody. It's 15 on my list.
Midsummer's my number 5. Again, definitely not a movie for everyone.
Right. My number 2 was Shazam.
Shazam's like right on that brink of like cresting into what I would consider it like a top tier movie.
Yeah, the way I view Shazam is like outside of this room and probably most of our listeners, Shazam was the movie nobody knew they wanted to see.
Yeah.
Until they saw it. And I just think that's so cool. And watching it again this weekend kind of confirmed that for me. Like, I've seen this movie now 4 times, and I still enjoy it just as much as I did the first time. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I still hate the mom stuff, but I like the movie a lot.
Yeah. That's fair.
Spider-Man was my 5. Shazam's my 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hollywood's my 3. Avengers is my 2. My number 1 is Apollo 11.
Of course.
How did I not know?
Listen, I freaking love space, guys. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid, and this is the best documentary I've ever seen. It is so good. The soundtrack really elevates a lot. It's so differently made because it's not, let's go talk to Buzz Aldrin for a bit. It's literally just, here's the footage from July when we launched the spaceship.
Right.
And you just follow the trip. And they're like, you know what? Here's a little graphic about how we actually did this.
Yeah, it's really
and
cool.
they explain on you and just like, there's no way that they made it. And then you watch it happen. You watch it happen. I've watched this movie 5 times this year.
It's amazing.
I watched it on the anniversary of the Apollo 11 landing too. Oh man, that felt good.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Because Battle Rifle brought up one that you talked about a lot when it came out. I'm curious where it's going to end up at right now, which is Booksmart.
Booksmart is 8.
8. Okay.
It's on 2 submissions on Twitter too.
Booksmart.
There we go.
Is really good. However, How to Train Your Dragon is in there, which a lot of that is a nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then I also have Alita in there. I don't understand why I like Alita so much.
Another movie that Luke was kind of cold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had watched Ghost in the Shell, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
But like, I was not excited for a produced James Cameron movie with big old bug eyes. They made him smaller, thank goodness. I watched that movie and I was like, wow, that was good. I like that. And I was like confused. I watched it again, I think for last week's episode. Man, I was in it. Like,
It
I
only
was
took 6
feeling
months
it.
to come out for you to watch it again.
It took too long. Like, come on now. You got to release those movies a little quicker on Blu-ray and DVD so people can actually watch them before they forget about them. Yeah, I really like that movie. However, I'm going to buy Booksmart. I don't know if it's out yet.
It
And I'm gonna watch it
had a
again.
theater release again
Oh, it had a re-release? Nice.
because it's a Regal
Yeah.
sponsored or Regal.
A lot of these
production.
movies I've seen multiple times now. I've seen Booksmart once. It came out during a busy time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember we both had talked about going to see it and it didn't work out because it was so busy at that time.
Booksmart is really good. Olivia Wilde should be nominated for Best Director. And heck, both those girls could be nominated for Best Actress.
That's awesome. Yeah.
If they wanted to. Like, they're good. It's really funny. People should watch Booksmart.
My number 1 for the year so far has been Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know that is super surprising. I remember Luke was like, yeah, it's your kind of movie.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw it and I was like, yeah, it's my
Totally
kind of
is.
movie.
Totally is.
So no, I really enjoyed it. It's kind of turned into me rewatching a bunch of the Tarantino movies. So I actually went and bought Django this past weekend
Oh, nice.
because I hadn't seen it in a while and couldn't find it. I have it, I just can't find it, so I went and bought it.
I lost it.
I bought it on Blu-ray this time though instead of DVD. Which
Yeah, screw those DVDs. That's
have you guys went back and watched DVD in a while?
Nope.
Actually, so we have a number of like kids movies, like Disney classics that Stephanie had growing up that we play for Claire, and so yeah, they're
It's
even
rough.
even like upscaled. It tries.
It's rough.
A lot of
It is
my
rough.
DVDs, I have most of them digitally now, or I've rebought them on Blu-ray. Like, a lot of the DVDs I had were Marvel or DC movies that I've re-gone. But like, I have Edge of Tomorrow on DVD and digitally. So I don't know if that gets it's like, oh yeah, you have it digitally, here's a better version of it. I honestly haven't looked. But I think the last time I watched that movie, I was on a bus and I just watched it on my iPad. And it's small, so I mean,
Yeah, so you wouldn't notice it.
it's not too grainy.
What about some disappointments in the movie world?
Ooh.
Biggest letdowns or just bad movies in general that we feel are bad. Again, so much of this is subjective. So if you like one of these movies that we're about to say, that's
totally
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
we're not hating
that's
on
great.
you.
Every movie has its audience.
Yep.
Yes. So I guess my number 3 worst, going to my worst. It's number 26. Don't cheat off me.
I'm just trying to make sure that there's no movies on there that I didn't write down.
Don't look at my paper.
Shut up and say what your least favorite.
Dark Phoenix.
Just say it.
It's
Just say
dark-
it
it's-
already.
It's Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Gosh, I was so bored during this movie, and it just never offered me anything except for Hans Zimmer's soundtrack, which I could just listen to if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So the movie ended, and I was just like, oh, finally. I gave it a straight to streaming. Probably because of the soundtrack.
Dark Phoenix as well. I think I gave it a straight to streaming also.
I can't remember what I gave it.
Also, I think I had just gotten back from camp, so I was super tired, and I wanted to go to bed.
Yeah.
I think you liked it more than I did because when I walked out of the theater, because we saw that one together.
Yeah, no, you were like...
I was like, what'd you think? And I was like, eee.
You disliked it more than me.
Yeah.
The more I sat with it, the more sour I became, I think. It's one of those where you're like, oh, like it did so many things wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, Hellboy, which we kind of predicted it wasn't going to be good, but
It wasn't even bad enough to be good, though. It was just nothing.
I know, like the reviews came out, and I thought it was just going to be absolutely terrible in the best way.
I have Hellboy right above Dark Phoenix. You just watching, you're just like, oh, okay.
The coolest scene was like the end.
Yeah. Which is
was
also
in
a
the
trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like,
dear.
well, that sucks. But yeah.
Hey, movie trailer companies, stop putting the final scene of a movie in the trailer.
Here's an idea. Only take stuff. It's only an option to take stuff from, let's say, just the first half.
Yeah.
You can make
Great.
a fine trailer.
Be great.
You don't need a 4-minute Fast and Furious trailer every time.
So the third from the bottom on my list is one that the populace of the world disagrees with me, and that is The Lion King. It's a completely unnecessary movie that was more than it being bad, because again, it's not bad in like a this is just a horrible movie kind of way. It's bad for me because it doesn't do anything new. It just rips off its own content.
It's an eye roll to me.
Yeah.
It's just like...
And it doesn't do anything better than the original.
So
yeah,
your guys' ratings convinced me to not go see this one. So I have not seen it yet. And I have Regal Unlimited, and I still haven't gone and seen it.
Go see Aladdin, man. Aladdin's good.
Is it still in theaters?
Probably.
Made $1 billion. We'll keep it as long as we can.
Jeez.
You know Disney.
We'll keep it in there until Aladdin
Gotta milk
comes
that
out.
thing. Move on.
Gosh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about movies that I thought were the worst. I'm going to talk about movies that I thought were the biggest letdowns.
Sure.
For me personally.
Yeah.
There's two that come to mind immediately. One is Glass.
Ooh, yeah.
Glass was a major letdown to me. I love Split. Glass was it was not it. The other big letdown for me was Godzilla. I thought that movie was going to be so much better than it was.
Yeah.
It's like one of those movies where like the monster fights are super cool, but the human stuff is so stupid that I just can't look past it.
Yeah.
And Luke says something a lot that every time I think of that movie now, it's all I can think of, and I hear Luke saying it.
Is it?
It's a monster movie. You don't need human villains. Luke says it so often, and it's all I can think about when I think of that movie.
I thought you were gonna go.
Well, that's my review of it. I think I actually, after I saw it, I think that's what I said to you.
Probably.
Like, you were like, what'd you think? And I was like, yeah,
It's fine.
it happened.
It's a movie.
Kind of. It's a CGI fest.
It had a good.
Which, of course,
a good
it would be,
soundtrack.
Yeah. But no, those two were like huge disappointments. I don't want to say, yeah, no, they were huge disappointments.
I would agree. It's not like in my bottom.
No, it's not. But they were letdowns.
But that's a big letdown for me too.
Yeah.
As
Well, yeah,
someone
it was
who
your most anticipated
It was my
movie of the
most
year.
anticipated movie of the year.
I remember
Oh, that's funny.
Brett was so hyped.
Guess who cares very little about Kong vs. Godzilla now?
I remember
This guy, because
Oh, I
I'm
do.
setting the
I'm
bar
ready.
low so
Yeah.
that I can be pleasantly surprised.
We were at Comic-Con, and like Brett was riding the high for like Godzilla. He was so excited. He's like, I'm gonna buy a Godzilla statue.
I was looking at those, man.
And then we get to the movie, and he's like, oh man.
I have Godzilla right below Us. I guess that's where our list will differ a lot.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. No,
Mainly
that's fine.
where I have Us. So my second least favorite. Honestly, it wasn't a letdown. But gosh, I thought it was so stupid. It was Bandersnatch.
Oh.
Listen, you can give me...
I still don't know how to classify that.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie game.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
You watch it a lot. You're
Okay.
watching a lot.
All right.
And then it's like, you just...
I watch Uncharted a lot. But
That
I still
one.
have to.
I watch Kingdom Hearts a lot. Does that count?
I think so.
You watch Uncharted a lot?
I don't know.
You have a PlayStation now?
I
You're
don't
playing
have
Uncharted?
a PlayStation. I'm just throwing something out there that
Uncharted
I know has
is
lots of...
lit. Naughty Dog, man. They know what they're doing. Anyway, it could have been so much better. The options that they gave me to choose from were all stupid except for the Netflix option. That was the only good part. I gave that a dumpster fire, though. I thought the acting was horrible. I thought the storylines were stupid. I thought they were just like, oh, this is so clever, putting in a choose-your-own-adventure instead of a choose-your-own-adventure. We're so smart. It's like, no, you're not. You're dumb. Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah.
I worked really hard to find like an ending that I liked.
Yeah.
I kept going back. I'm just like, oh, nope, this sucks. I'm done.
So we're down to my least favorite movie of the year.
Oh, was your other one Godzilla?
No, Lion King, Dark Phoenix.
Oh.
It's Hobbs and Shaw.
You gave it a dumpster fire.
Which
it has
we
to be the
which
worst
we
one.
talked about last week. You can go hear my full review on that episode.
He loved it.
He tore that movie to literal shreds. Like, he brought a poster. He's like, I hate this movie.
He even started crying.
I did.
No,
a
that was
little
me.
bit.
And then
We both cried.
Then he revealed that he has
Luke
a
cried
rock
in
tattoo.
solidarity with me.
Did you get the?
I'm a
rock
sympathetic
tattoo
crier.
removed?
I got that. It's really raw right now in red, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show anyone.
That's fair.
It's kind of gross.
It's kind of peeling a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's in the early stages. It'll get better.
It will. No, it did, like, I didn't expect this movie to be good, but it was just...
Yo.
Nothing in this movie worked for me. And I get that
Not even
it did
Vanessa
for-
Kirby?
Vanessa Kirby kind of worked.
When
but
she gets to
didn't-
be in it?
When she gets to do
To
things.
get thrown away at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
When she gets to do things, she's fine.
She got to become a Ghostbuster.
She got to be picked up by The Rock, like, up into the stratosphere. Like, woof.
She got to
With
make
a string.
flirting eyes with The Rock, which, you know.
That was stupid.
Anyways.
I bet that was in The Rock's contract.
That's my low.
It's like, I got to look tough and I have to kiss a girl.
Um,
Because I'm tough.
and I know I'm gonna get some hate for that, but it's fine.
No, you won't.
You won't get any hate from us.
Not you guys, other people.
Well, internet hates everything, so.
That's true.
Because I shouldn't judge it like a critical movie because it's a summer blockbuster.
Exactly.
No, I refuse to make that a line in the sand. Anyways, what was your guys' worst?
Oh.
You know this one.
That awkward silence.
You know this. You know what he's.
Do you
gonna
know what
say,
mine
right?
is?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You know.
I know. I'll know it when he says it.
So we decided to
watched
hang
this.
out.
He's
We
like,
decided.
oh yes.
We decided to
Yep.
all hang out. We're like, let's have a movie night. We're not gonna record it. We're not gonna like do anything podcasting. You know, let's just hang out. Let's eat some snacks. Let's watch a movie. Whoever picked Velvet Buzzsaw deserves a slap to the face. That movie was horrible. It was horrible. I don't think I've ever sat through a movie except for Minions where I've hated every second of it. Minions is the worst movie I've ever seen. That movie's straight trash and should be burned
Minions is
in a
not
literal dumpster.
I haven't seen it.
I paid to see that movie.
Ew.
I was with a group of people.
Oh no.
I was with a group of people after a wedding, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, Velvet Buzzsaw.
A group of adults went to go see that movie.
Thankfully, I was sitting.
involved in
I was
that
gonna
decision.
say, yeah.
Thankfully, I was sitting next to.
This was after the party bus.
Yeah.
No, it was after one of those custard places where you like put it in yourself and you're like, oh, how much does
Froyo?
it weigh? Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't like ice cream that much. Oh,
Froyo, I'm kind of
like
saddened.
Froyo.
I'm saddened by the demise of Froyo. It hit its stride in like 2012, and it's just been they've been disappearing off the street corners ever since.
Yeah, I hated Velvet Buzzsaw. The acting was horrible. Pick a genre. Just pick one. Don't keep switching in between two. Pick a lead actress that knows how to act, please.
Yeah,
that was rough.
that was rough.
She was awful.
She acted like she was on a CBS daytime soap opera.
Man, that would have been an improvement if you asked me. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I hate that movie.
Tyler.
My least favorite of the year was Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. Okay.
I could not get over the cuts where everything. I wish we had like a button you could press where everything was shot like right here.
Yeah.
Every camera shot was right there at your jawline.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was terrible.
Fassbender is a good jawline.
He does.
Not everyone else does though.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's one of the.
I tried to defend it and it didn't work.
It's just
Don't like that
disappointing.
movie.
Just disappointing.
Yeah, I watched that one and immediately forgot about it. So much so that I forgot to write it down.
Oh yeah, that came out.
Yeah. No, some other letdowns that I'm seeing: Alita, Escape Room, Pet Cemetery, Brightburn.
Yep, Brightburn was a big letdown for me.
So, yeah,
That's a
No,
movie for me.
that movie was just just waste all your potential. Straight to streaming.
Leroy disagrees with me. Thinks Lion King was awesome. So
That's what most
and
people
that's fine.
think.
And most people do think that.
Most people do think that.
Most people do think that. I am in the minority. Should we talk about some games? That's kind of movies. Still looking forward to some.
Do you want to
more this
read
fall.
other people's now or
Oh, we should. We should do that. Who's got that pulled up?
not me?
Not me. I'll pull it up though. I should
I'm
do
just
it on
gonna
my
sit here.
computer.
Man, I'm still really embarrassed about my math earlier, guys. I just want to say 6 plus 5 is 11. I do know. Okay?
I thought it was 6 plus 7.
No. It was the $6 plus the $5, and I said it was 14 like a dumb idiot. A literal idiot said that, and that idiot is me. God.
All right. So this is over. These are replies on Twitter. You can find us at What the Fanboy. Look for our fun questions that usually come out on Sunday or Monday.
If they come out at all.
If they come out at all.
Hey.
At Not Kelsey Lay says favorites: Booksmart, Us, and Yesterday. Oh, I have not seen Yesterday yet.
I need to see that too.
I need to go see that.
We kind of talked about that one.
Least favorite: Lion King. Oh, agrees with me. The Prodigy and Avengers Endgame.
Oh, hot take.
Oh, and she also says
In
Free
parentheses.
Solo is one of her favorites as well.
In parentheses, after Endgame, she wrote
Fight me.
Free Solo was dang good.
Oh, that movie's awesome. Was that this year?
No, it was last year.
I was gonna say it was late last
Oh,
year.
that's right.
It won
That's
Best
right.
Doc last
Yeah.
year.
It did.
But
So
I
technically 2018.
I won't turn away talking about that movie.
No,
that
it's-
movie was awesome.
It's good.
I knew how it ended, and I was like,
He's gonna die.
the whole movie. I was like holding my breath.
At KBeebs14 says favorites: Booksmart, Yesterday, Rocket Man.
I need to see Rocket Man
I
still.
did too.
Rocket Man. I've heard good things. My mom liked it. Least favorites: The Intruder.
I don't even.
It's a
Dennis Quaid
Dennis
movie.
Quaid
Oh.
home invasion movie.
Yeah.
Ooh. Red flag.
At Brendan KU14 says favorite was definitely Us. Haven't seen a movie I thought was absolutely horrible. So
Lucky man.
yeah.
Hadn't seen Velvet Buzzsaw, have you?
At Real Blake By says Endgame was favorite. Pokemon least favorite.
Did that come out this year? Do
Yeah.
I have that on here? Oh, I do. Oh, I don't have Pokemon down.
Oh,
Detective
Detective Pikachu. Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah.
do have that. I get it
Cool.
with Matthew McConaughey.
Our good friend and brother LZ,
And last week's guest.
last week's guest, favorite Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which he was here to talk about with us. That was exciting. And least favorite Secret Obsession.
Yeah.
I haven't
is
seen
that?
that one.
It's a Netflix movie. I'm going to call out his wife. His wife made him watch it. It stars the main girl, not the main girl, the, what's her name? Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I I watched the trailer and I gave it a dumpster fire.
Those are the best.
One last one.
Carly didn't like it,
from
so you know it's
Twitter.
bad.
At EXM says favorites: Rocket Man, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, In Game Us. Least favorites: The Dirt and Triple Frontier.
Both Netflix movies.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Pretty
say
common theme.
Netflix is not good at making movies for some reason. They
just
make
gotta
great shows.
Stick to their shows. So thank you for
Makes me nervous for
answering
Irishmen.
our tweet. Yeah, well, it's Scorsese. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for replying on Twitter to those. Thank you guys in the live chat for mentioning things as well. Let's talk about video games.
Man, we're talking about Booksmart now. I really want to watch Booksmart again.
We're not. We're talking about video games.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Video games.
We can fly through these.
We've gone through way fewer
Am I supposed
of
to do
these.
my top 3 and my bottom 3? Because my
That'd be
number
all
3
of
is
them.
going to be the same for both.
No, I'm
No,
just
no,
going to
no.
mention
just
two of each.
Yeah,
probably.
maybe 1 or 2 of each. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'm just going to rank every game I played.
Okay, go.
I've only played 5. My favorite one so far is Rage 2.
Oh yeah. I played that. I borrowed that from you.
It's a lot of fun.
I played about 8 hours of
Yeah,
it.
it's really short. The combat is amazing in it.
Mm-hmm.
The movement is really fun. Story is
There.
doesn't matter. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'll probably sell it back.
Nice.
The next game I got was Far Cry New Dawn.
Did you buy that hard copy?
Yeah.
I might borrow that one from you
Okay.
before you sell it back.
Okay.
He's like,
That
I
works.
already sold it
Sorry.
back.
No, it's fine. I got it on sale. It'd be really good DLC.
That's what it looked like when
Yeah.
it came out.
It's really good. I mean, it's Far Cry 5.
How does it compare to Rage 2? Like,
Rage 2.
Yeah, because they're kind of in the same.
they kind of
Rage-
feel the same.
I went back to New Dawn after I played Rage 2, and
Yeah.
it just it did not feel
Okay.
like
Rage
Rage
2
2 feels so good.
It has very good
Yeah.
mechanics.
Yeah. And
It
then I
feels
went back
good to
into it, and I mean, it's not bad. Far Cry has good shooting, good mechanics too, but I liked Rage 2's more, so I was just kind of like, okay, I kind of lost interest in it. You know,
Yeah.
it was really good DLC.
Okay. Next.
My third one is Anthem.
Okay.
I really liked what they gave me, what little they gave me.
It was just little.
Then I have the Division 2, the biggest letdown. I was so excited. I've tried it twice, and I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. My lowest one is Tetris 99. I hate it every second.
We played that for like 2 hours at my house that day too, just like messing
You
around.
played.
Well, yeah, but you were helping. You're like, hey, this guy attacked this dude.
I was like trying to explain it to you. It makes
It's so
no
confusing.
sense.
Yeah. My 2 worst games of the year, Anthem, and then the one that probably broke my heart the most, Kingdom Hearts 3. I just
Yeah. I wonder
Kingdom
where that
Hearts
would
3,
fall
the
for you.
movie.
yeah, the movie, exactly. It's just to the point. I tried to play it recently. I'm not exaggerating. I played for 45 minutes, and I played about 6 minutes of the game. I watched the other 39 minutes. I did math. I got it. It was awful.
You just got to show me up like that, don't you? Thank you.
I was so scared.
appreciate that.
I was so scared I was going to mess it up. I was like, no.
You know what 39 minus 6 is? 104.
That's not how math works. Luke, big math guy. I think the 2 best games of the year for me, Apex Legends.
Yep.
The one that nobody really saw coming.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
And then the Division 2. My opinion differs very much from Luke's. But,
Yep.
But again, it's kind of like if you were to say, what is Tyler's kind of game?
Right.
It fits.
Also-
and personally, I'm from that area, so it's cool to see it all in a video game.
Yeah.
Also, we were talking about this when we were eating. Destiny 2 and Anthem are so fast paced.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Division is not.
No, it's a
Right.
slow.
And I couldn't do it. I couldn't adjust. Also, if I could say it, Destiny 2 would be my favorite game. If it would count, also Battlefield 5 would be my second one. But those both are past year's games, so they don't count.
Yeah.
Well, maybe when Shadowkeep comes out, you can talk about how it's now a favorite
Yes.
expansion for 2019.
Best continuously running game or
There you
whatever they
go.
do at the Video Game Awards.
I'll go through mine real quick.
When I play, that's really continuous running, though, so it's okay.
My number 1 was Apex Legends. That's a really good, fun co-op game that
I think it's
it's my kind of battle royale.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to deal with building. COD is just a little too fast.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a good balance for me.
You know what's also nice about Apex is just that, like, when it launched, it was done.
Yeah, it
launched as a good product.
Yeah.
It didn't launch where every match was super laggy. Every match, you know what I mean? Like, the game played smooth. It played like Titanfall 2.
Yep.
And I was like, man, if half the battle royales that have come out in the last 4 years or 3 years, whatever it was, launched this smoothly, I'm looking at you, PUBG, they'd be a lot more successful. Fortnite doesn't count. They've become their own thing. But no, Apex, I think, had the smoothest launch of any free-to-play game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. And now they're killing it with their battle pass.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Haven't played it.
You haven't played this next game either. Metro Exodus.
I played this one.
I won't play it.
This one's a little bit like Division. It's very slow compared to some of the other games we commonly play. Very dark. But
morally or actual like light? Like I can't see anything when I'm playing. Turn on a flashlight.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both question mark?
Cool.
Yeah. No, like this is I think a great addition to the Metro series, and I didn't actually finish it, but I had a lot of fun with what I did play. Yeah. So I'll throw in Rage 2 as well. Luke let me borrow that. Agree again, mechanically really fun, really sound.
It's a really fun, quick game.
Yeah. Yep.
There's nothing more to it.
Yep.
I left sports games off my list because
you did,
they
didn't
come
you?
out yearly.
Oh, I think you can throw those on.
Madden.
Where does Madden sit for you?
Probably
Number 1, baby.
no, probably 3.
Okay.
And then MLB The Show would probably be 4.
Yeah.
But they're essentially.
Is that because
the
you
same
like
game.
football more than baseball, or is it because the games are actually better?
The Show's probably a better game, but I like football more.
Okay.
And then my biggest letdown was Anthem. I beat the campaign and was just like, I don't care to go back and do anything else. And that was a bummer. Because again, like Luke was saying, I think it's got great mechanics in terms of flight control, in terms of combat. It's, it might be a little like some bosses are a little spongy, but all in all, if you get a group, you get like I don't know, what are they called? Fire team squads. You get a squad with different javelins, like all priming, and like when that works, it really works really well.
Yeah.
One of my Cataclysm runs was 4 interceptors. We annihilated everybody. It was unreal. Just flying around, smacking people. It was great.
Nice.
Is that how you guys looked?
Yes. If you would have like somehow digitally put a drum set in front of us, would have looked like a drum line.
Love it.
Love it.
Except a drum line with drum sets. So it'll look weird.
Okay, last entertainment thing we're going to talk about real quick. Let's mention some TV shows that we thought were good, and we'll mention some TV shows that we thought were bad.
I have watched a lot of TV.
You've watched a way more than me.
Yeah.
Holy
I've
cow.
been
Every
on-
show I've watched.
I've been on my TV grind this year, boys.
You have. You made that promise, and you are sticking to it. I am
You
impressed.
have delivered already.
I have watched 19 shows. Another one comes out this weekend, and I'm slowly watching through another one. So,
All right, well, what do you got for us? What's your top 3?
number 3, Stranger Things season 3.
Yep.
Ooh,
It's so good.
I totally forgot I watched that.
That sits at number 2 for me.
I don't really know what to say about it. Go watch it.
Go watch it. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
What's your number 3?
True Detective season 3.
Oh yeah.
I think that was just a really good return to roots crime drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't season 2.
It wasn't season 2.
But it tried to be more like season 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
My number 3 would be Doom Patrol.
Nice.
I haven't finished it yet, admittedly, though. But it's really good.
But it's good. No,
it may jump to number 2 or 1.
That's great.
But from where I'm at right now, it's at number 3.
My number 2 is The Boys.
Ah.
I don't know what else to say about it. We just reviewed it.
Yeah, go listen to our review.
It's a great satire of comic book.
Yeah, that fell to number 4 for me. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It's good. It's a favorite. My favorite, however, since we've now mentioned my 1 and 2, is Chernobyl. And we kind of had a little conversation around how we frame like miniseries versus TV, and I didn't want to create a whole nother section, so I just threw it in there.
I have a miniseries in mind. It's
Yeah.
not in my top 3. But I've watched it.
I don't remember which episode I talked about it, but it is any show that can take me 5 episodes in, and then the final episode, 5 or I don't remember. I think it's 6 episodes. I think it's 6. But for the final episode, basically just have it being in a courtroom and your main character is explaining how a nuclear reactor works, and still get me as excited
Like
about
just
it as it
enthralled?
does. Enthralled. It's amazing. Love it.
I still need to watch that.
I don't have HBO.
It can be a little gory.
I do.
But like it's one of those where it's definitely a fanboy worthy. I don't know if I give it a booyah just because it's graphic content.
Yeah.
But it would make some people queasy, but totally worth it for me.
My number 2
graphic content
is The Boys.
The Boys.
I don't know what else to say about
The Boys.
it. Again, kind of like you.
Yeah, I mean, we just reviewed it.
Just reviewed it.
Really good.
Well, you guys did. I didn't review it.
It's true. You reviewed the first episode.
Yeah, in my opinion, essentially stayed the same. I mean, it was exactly that. You know, they did a really good job of just keeping the ship floating straight.
Oh, that was a news story, actually. Eric
I saw their
Kripke,
set picture, yeah.
they had a set picture. They're all flipping off the camera. They're just covered in blood.
Yeah.
So it looks
We're
like
up to
season
our
2 is
antics.
just going to be like season 1.
Yeah, and I am here for it. I really enjoyed it. And it's the second Prime original I've watched. That was cool.
Oh, All or Nothing?
Which falls at 4 for me.
Okay.
But I didn't mention it because it's not really applicable to this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
My number 1, Doom Patrol. It's the satire of comic book movies based on a DC comic book, and it came before The Boys. I think that's kind of why it's number 1.
Sure.
It's so funny. Characters, honestly, they don't make any sense to be characters at all, but they pull it off so well.
Yeah.
It's really well written. It's really real performed. I
agree with everything you said there.
It's incredible.
Doom Patrol's awesome.
The best part also is it's, what is it, like 18 episodes or something? 15 episodes?
15.
Every episode is entertaining at its least, where you're just like, oh, I'm digging this. There's episodes that aren't as good. There's episodes that are better. But the best part is that it sticks landing, which is a big problem for a lot of shows.
Yep.
That's my number
I'm
1.
excited to finish that.
Yeah. Brett?
I've given you mine.
Your number 1 is Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
My number 1 is Swamp Thing.
Nice.
Actually, I'm a big horror guy. I like horror movies, and Swamp Thing kind of scratched the itch of comic book and horror. It's not a perfect show by any means, but I think for the budget they had and for what that show is, I think it's really good. I think James Wan is doing all the right things right now. I know he didn't direct it, but he definitely had his hand in it, and it's very obvious when you watch it that he's a part of it. And so, yeah, it was for me, Swamp Thing was like the show I didn't think would be my favorite this year or at this point. But it is. Like, I found myself coming back to it, like, super excited every time. And I don't binge shows. It's just not what I do. But, like, I fell behind a few episodes, and I sat down and I watched them all, like, straight in a row. And I don't do that very often. But, no, I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Real quick in the chat, I don't know how I'm gonna butcher this.
Go for it and don't apologize.
La Casa de Papel.
which is a
100% correct.
is a Netflix show
Called Money Heist.
What
Yeah.
other kind of heist is there?
Also, Patriot, What We Do in the Shadows, The Boys, and Fleabag are all mentioned.
Oh, I want to watch Fleabag so bad.
What is that on?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's been in my Amazon Prime list for a while, but then I always get stuck watching something else. We're playing Destiny now.
All right, real quick, let's hit our least favorites, then we'll get to. We won't have much of a fan box this week, but because
A lot of it was
because
this,
everyone's
yeah.
been so good at responding to this. Least favorite for me, I only have one that I really disliked, and we were talking before the show. This is hard for me because I've only watched like 2.5 episodes of this show, but it just didn't hook me. And that's Euphoria. It's an HBO show. That seemed to maybe have some good stuff going for it, but ultimately just didn't click with me. So,
My least favorite is also an HBO show called Game of Thrones. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Luke just mentioned shows that struggle to stick the landing.
yeah, it did.
That is a prime example of that. There was some good in there. It wasn't all bad, but most of it wasn't good.
Game of Thrones final season was not my least favorite. It's still Game of Thrones, and there's entertaining parts. I found it extremely infuriating.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like really anything carried over talent-wise, except for the acting. That did. But that was my number 3. My number 2 is a series of unfortunate events. It's a show I don't really care about that much, but it's so stupid and so sloppy. It was just lazy. I don't remember the books at all, but I was just like, this is stupid.
That's the second.
What's your number 1?
My number 1. Are we only doing the worst? Oh, I've watched a lot more than you guys. That's
Yeah, I
why.
would say you just have more. I think you probably have a bigger pool of disappointed ones or bad ones to pull from.
The worst show I've watched this year is Jessica Jones season 3.
Ooh.
It's boring. It's in your face, annoying type of writing, where it's like, hey, this is an issue, and I'm going to talk about it for the next 45 minutes. You can't do anything about it. And the only reason I really finished it was because it's the last Marvel Netflix. I didn't think the performances were anything special. Kristen Ritter's good as Jessica Jones. Patsy Walker is the most infuriating, hypocritically written character ever, maybe. Just don't get it. And also, Can I spoil this yet? It's been a while.
I don't care. I'm never going to watch it.
Potential spoilers for Jessica Jones season 3.
Spoilers, they make
I'll throw that up there.
They make... Is it up? I can't see it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
too
the
far
little,
away.
it's the little
Oh,
yellow,
it's the yellow
thing.
thing? Oh, okay. They make Patsy Walker, her best friend, like sidekick character who's a hero in the comics, the main bad guy. She's obsessed with killing people. There's no justification for the terrible writing that they did in that season. And if I'm wrong about her character in the comics and she does that, that's on me. But for the show, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. That's probably my guess.
It was bad.
But I don't know.
It's so poorly written. I want to shout out some shows, though.
Yeah,
since
go for
I've
it.
watched a lot more. Let's see. Dragon Prince.
Yes.
Watch Dragon Prince. It's really good. Umbrella Academy. It's really good. Those are both on Netflix. Another Netflix original I never talked about on the podcast. It's a really funny show, and it talks about a lot of serious subjects. Sex education. However, it's very, very graphic sometimes, but it is quite funny. I really, really enjoyed that show. Glow is really good. I'm the Knight. Kind of disappointing, but still good. Expected that to be better. Russian Doll is really good. Punisher is really disappointing. There's the other things I kind of want to talk about. Okay. Hannah's really good. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Oh
didn't
no, I
mention,
haven't
yeah.
watched that one yet.
Hannah was really good.
Stephanie keeps mentioning it that she wants to watch it, so
I want to start.
We gotta
it
sit
this
down
past
and
weekend.
watch it with her.
It's fun to watch a coming of age like spy TV show.
Yeah,
It's just different.
yeah.
I was telling you earlier, my favorite thing about the Amazon shows is most of them are 8 episodes long.
Yeah.
That is very digestible for me.
Yep. Not too much. Doesn't drag, but it's not so little that you feel like you just.
Yeah.
I
And
need
there's
more.
There's no filler.
It's not She-Ra season 3 actually one half of the season.
2.5.
Yeah.
Exactly. No. So that's kind of our highs and lows of 2019 so
Yep.
far. I'm very excited for
the rest of the way.
this year's What the Fanboy Awards. And
Me too.
what we're going to get to do and what we're going to... Because I think we still have some really good stuff between now and then that's going to make decisions very difficult.
Especially
So,
like I have all my shows written down that I'm gonna watch.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't forget about them. There's some shows I really want to watch in here.
Yeah.
Watchmen hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Mindhunter comes out in 4 days. Yeah. 3 days if you're listening to this on Wednesday. 2 days if you're listening on a Thursday. The 100. It's one of my favorite shows ever. Is gonna come out. I mean,
When
Krypton.
when does the next season of Expanse come out?
December.
December? Okay. I couldn't
Why you
remember.
gotta wait so long?
I'm sorry I brought it up.
on.
My bad. My bad.
It's so
I want to
good.
read those books.
All 28 of them.
There's like 8. And they're all like this big.
That's too big.
All 2,800 chapters.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff still to come.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Very excited.
Can I do my favorite book of the year?
Yes,
Recursion.
absolutely.
Recursion has been my favorite book this year.
If you like to read, go check out Recursion.
My favorite book of the year is Ready Player One, I guess. It didn't come out this year, but I read it. Listen to it.
I haven't read any books this year. Oh, no, that's not true. I've read The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm.
Is that your favorite book this year?
Simply because it's the only one I've read, yes.
Winner by default.
Although technically it came out on December 31st, so I don't know if I can count it as a 2019 book.
I read Mortal Engines, Shoe Dog, The Killing Joke, The Word is Murder, Supermarket, Batman, The Court of Owls, The Gunslinger, The Sentence is Death, Recursion, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Tom Clancy's The Division, Broken Dawn.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
Yeah.
I got caught.
I hear Mortal Engines is very different than the movie.
Have you seen You haven't seen the movie.
No.
That movie was... It was fun enough to get through, but not good.
It's a straight to stream.
Yeah, it's straight to stream.
Is it streaming anywhere yet?
It'll be on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, you can rent it probably for like $4.99.
I'm not paying to rent that movie.
It's better than paying $12.99 or whatever we paid for it.
It was a date night. I had fun. It was fine. But
Did we get? Did anybody send in their shows to
no,
us?
No.
no.
Okay.
We had movies were pretty much a few people, like I think Lepke may have sent in Anthem.
He sent in a gif of Anthem.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Oh.
it's like, yep, proper response.
But we didn't really have any response. Other than that, I don't think we had any even responses to the game question. So I did that late. I'm sorry. I know.
It's all good.
It's not like
I ain't
I
mad.
gotta prepare for this or
Much.
anything. Anyways, that's our show.
Yep.
Thanks for
well,
sticking
no,
around.
no.
Oh gosh,
We have a fan box
We have
question.
a fan box question. I texted you this fan box question, Brett.
you did. Oh, I forgot.
Always forgetting.
I
We
always
sent it
check
to the group chat.
I always check Twitter and not our texts. All right.
I tell her to tweet it in. I tell her. It's from my mom. It's a good question. I really like this question.
All right. Here is our one fan box question.
Thanks, Mom.
With yes, from Mrs. Zilke. With all the remakes being done, what movie do you think should be remade, and what changes would you make that would make it better? And then a follow-up, what movie should never be remade because it's already perfect, or there's no hope for it and it should be forgotten? So, movie you want remade, what would you do differently? Let's answer that first.
I have 3. I've had a lot of time to think
You've had
about
a lot of time to think about this today.
Well, she gave it to me yesterday, so that's when I texted it. I texted it to you yesterday. You punk.
Yeah, it's right here. I see it.
Oh, fine, you're right.
Wow,
I'm just
Brett.
terrible at planning things.
Just gonna ignore my mom like that.
What?
Hey, it's better you ignore my mom than your
My
mom.
mom. Luke, why don't you start us off since you seem to have got this under control?
Okay. So the 3 that I think should be remade. 1, I think it might be, but I'm not sure, is Starship Troopers.
Ooh, yes.
Very, very strange sci-fi war movie.
Yep.
Just do it completely different. But I want that story of them fighting the alien bugs in space and love and war and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
The next one, I actually haven't seen. It's a movie my dad told me about, and it's called Capricorn 1. So the story of this movie is they're going to send these people to Mars, but there's a problem, they think, on the shuttle, but they don't want to not send it. And so they launch it. The astronauts aren't on it, but they're televising it live like they are. The rocket blows up. And so all these astronauts think that the government is going to come kill them and all this stuff. I think it should be remade. I didn't even know about it until my dad told me about it like a couple months ago. Change I would make is don't put O.J. Simpson in it this time.
Yeah, good call.
And the last one is actually a animation to live action adaptation. Redo it, Treasure Planet. Boom. Done.
It's one of mine. And totally needs to be done.
Why not pick the one that probably nobody has seen? People will be like, whoa, it's an
What is
original
that?
thing. And you can be like, no, it's not. But go see it anyway because it's great. Or watch the original.
If I were going the animated to live action, I would go Sword in the Stone. But actually be well made and be a good movie. Not the kid. What is the one that just came out?
King Arthur?
King Arthur? Or no.
The Legend of the Sword?
No.
No. The kids one.
The kid who would be king.
The kid who would be king. That's
Yeah,
right.
Not
Ooh.
that. Make an
What about an
actual-
R-rated gritty reboot?
I don't need that. Just need to remake the animated in live action and make it good. Don't make it suck. Gosh, I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah. So here's a hot take.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go with Transformers, and Michael Bay should in no way be involved. And that's the only change I think you need to make. I mean, in terms like don't remake it, reboot it. I guess.
So, like, not
Which
Bumblebee?
I guess maybe is.
Kind of already happening slowly. Was Michael Bay a producer on Bumblebee?
Maybe. I don't know. He didn't direct it, though.
He didn't direct it.
Because it was Travis
Knight.
Travis Knight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, I mean that kind of. I guess you're kind of right. That's kind of already happening, but
I feel you, though.
No, but yeah,
I'm just
like-
tired of the Transformer movies, and I think there's something good there that they could really build out upon without someone like look, Michael Bay is a fine director,
Dude, 13 Hours is freaking good.
but that's just not the property I want to see him be doing.
Working on, yeah.
So
If I was to pick something that would not get remade, probably one of my childhood favorites, The Sandlot.
It shouldn't be remade?
No, but
Should-
they're doing it. They're making a show
Oh,
with the
jeez.
original cast, and I'm guessing they're kids. But I'm like, why are we doing this?
Sounds
That
weird.
is something that shouldn't be touched.
Yep.
There's a couple others too, but that's one of them for me.
ones that shouldn't be remade, any Tarantino film. I think that's easy, and that's
Yup.
just because they're so unique.
Yeah,
Nobody
they're-
could match his style, and
Yeah.
if a new director comes in and remakes it in their own way, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
No.
No.
But 60 years from now, it probably will happen.
Also, Jurassic Park should never be remade, even though it kind of was with Jurassic World. They did that like, it's a sequel, even though it's almost the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm all for more Jurassic Park or World sequels, but just not a reboot.
Don't have Dr. Alan Grant showing up with the girl and Dr. Malcolm, and it's just like,
don't be like, look at how much more realistic we can make the dinosaurs. No, they're perfect.
Listen, if they remake it, they have to make real dinosaurs. That's the only accepting thing.
Actually genetically modify creatures to be in this movie, then I am all for it.
All right, so here's the ones I have. One that I think I would not allow it is Back to the Future. I just can't see somebody else doing it and it being as good. It's also one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
Also, we're getting a prequel series, but nobody, I think, can do The Lord of the Rings again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do it better.
I don't know if you can either.
But anything else would just be money grabbing. Those movies are fantastic. Some of the best movies ever made.
Yep.
And then there's some classics that I think are just untouchable, like The Wizard of Oz and The Sound of Music. Just stay away.
I'll throw Shawshank Redemption in there too.
I will say though, I've seen some good Wizard of Oz like alternate takes that I enjoy.
I mean, like,
but they're not the
you
like,
can't. I don't think you can remake like here's Dorothy going to Oz, normal like original Wizard of Oz. Wicked, great, love Wicked, favorite musical. Oz Great and Powerful, never saw it.
No,
I actually don't really like The Wizard of Oz. I like Wicked. I think that's because I'm from Kansas.
probably.
But like Oz and Great and Powerful it's a prequel sequel.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. It kind of like Jurassic Park, but like if you remake the original story, nobody could live up to like the ultimate classic.
Sure.
That being also The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Like you just can't do it.
There's another one that I was going to mention that I would be all for remaking. No one will do it because I think most people think it's untouchable, and that's Citizen Kane. I think that it is, and the only reason why I would want someone to try and remake it is because I think that it's an important enough. It's important for two reasons. On a film analysis level, it's important, like as an industry thing, just because of how it was made and when it was made and all that. But like, I think it does have an interesting thing to say about us and particularly Western society that I don't know if we get all that much anymore in our media, mostly because our media tends to feed what that message is against. Does that make sense? Like, so to see that remade by someone, I don't know who that would be. Maybe
McG. Zing. Got him.
I don't know who could remake that, but I think I would be all for that.
I've never seen the original.
No,
I've never seen it.
Yeah, me either. It's one of those that and there's a reason why, right? Because A, it's not super available.
Yeah.
And B, you've probably heard that it's like this, like, well, I mean, what have you heard of it? That it's
the greatest movie of all time. It's the most iconic movie. It's a movie everybody should see.
Which
probably means I won't enjoy it.
But why haven't you seen it?
I don't care about it.
Exactly. because
you know why? Because I want to watch Transformers 5 in IMAX 3D.
And I think if you can introduce
and hate every second of it.
After a certain number of years, it's almost like it's, if something has gone far enough outside the public eye, I think it's okay to reboot almost no matter what it is. And so when I say that I don't want Jurassic Park ever touched, in your lifetime? I say that as someone, because Jurassic Park is it's not in the zeitgeist, but it's in the public sphere right now. Mm-hmm. In 50 years, is there going to be, maybe with how things are serialized and produced now, it might still be kind of in the public conversation. in the mind. But if it's been forgotten, reboot it and at least give someone, a new generation, the opportunity to enjoy it, because they'll probably see it and they'll be like, they'll either think this is totally new and here's something cool, or this is a remake, let's go watch the original. And that opens up more art to more people. So, woo, I ended the show on a rant. Good job, guys.
Good job. I like
Nailed
rants. I think we've gone long enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm probably just rambling because I'm sleepy.
I do want to answer
Yeah.
Leroy's question. We are aware of Queen and Slim. I've seen the trailer twice now.
Yeah.
While I think the movie could be good, I think the trailer just cut pretty bad.
Yeah. I think it's a bad trailer. I think it'll be a good movie.
I do think it'll be a good movie. The trailer is just the way it's cut. Like tonally, just kind of jumps all over the place.
Yeah, it's like this. Like at first it's happy, and then it's like this kind of like a love story thriller kind of thing, and then it like just goes like Us music and horror for like 20 seconds. It's just like
Oh, this was this in front of?
It's in front of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it looks like it'll be a good movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I just had
Daniel
questions.
Kaluuya's in it.
Yeah.
I just had questions after. You're right. After watching the trailer, is like
tonally, I can't tell what it is.
What is it trying to be? And a second trailer can totally fix that.
I know what it will be. It'll be Oscar talk for sure.
Oh,
that movie's gonna get a lot of Oscar buzz.
Kaluuya's he's an all-star. And he's gonna be great.
He is gonna be in a lot in the next 5 years.
Yes.
And
he's gonna be Batman.
Hey, maybe
fine by me.
he'd probably play the heck out of it.
Oh, dude, he'd kill it.
Well, let's go home and go to bed.
Let's go home. I got a new comic book to read.
Like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @WhatTheFanboy. You can follow us if you want. It's in the description.
Check out our Teespring store.
Yeah.
And if you buy a shirt, tweet us a picture of you in it.
Yeah.
We want to know about it.
So we can feature it.
Yes. I'm sleepy. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
All right. Well, see you next week.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.